Begin our second half at 133, one of the showcase matches. Third in the country, Luke Pletcher and Scott DelVecchio. Pletcher at 141 a year ago, now down to his natural weight at 133. He's been great.
Yeah, he's looked really good, Shane. He's really got a strong set of legs on him. He's also very flexible. The thing for DelVecchio here is that Pletcher does wrestle a lot of tight matches. I mean, he's had a few tiebreaker matches. I know he's ranked third in the country, but he's still, that's basically off that performance of at Cliff Keen in Vegas, almost a month ago. But DelVecchio looked pretty solid in the Midlands, and he came back and got a third-place finish in that tournament. And he does attack really well to that left leg of Pletcher. So he's a little bit out of position, so he's going to maybe misdirect it. And sometimes see him, he's faking the lead leg right there, look to come back to the right. But Pletcher is just, pretty straight on. He's what you see is what you get, and he's comfortable in these tighter matches, and he's very poised. It's good defense, and again, you can just see that he's just a big 133-pounder.
141 last year. 25-9 season, round of 16. He was fourth at the Big Tens, and off to a great start, 17-0 this season. The three-time Pennsylvania State champion out of Latrobe, Pennsylvania, Greater Latrobe High School. And DelVecchio comes in 11-1, a redshirt senior out of South Plainfield in New Jersey.
And what DelVecchio has done a pretty good job so far is he's naturally a little taller, all right, but he's been able, for the most part, be able to stay forehead to forehead. He hasn't lost elevation in the tie, too much anyway. It's pretty. He naturally wants to go right, but Pletcher's not presenting that there for him, so he's doing a lot of stuff off to the left-hand side of the body.
Here we go.
And maybe he can come back to his favorite shot a little bit later in the match.
And Pletcher, low center of gravity. Hard to get underneath him, and as you mentioned before, Jim, if you get to him, you got to get past his hips. There's a shot from Pletcher, defended well by DelVecchio.
Yeah, and there's, again, an opportunity to get the crowd back in this match. Suriano did a good job of that, but good action there. Good shot there, but you could tell that, if you're not going to move, Pletcher's going to go ahead and take that really snatch single attack at the knee. Just wasn't able to finish up on it.
DelVecchio was 7th at the Big Tens last season, two-time NCAA qualifier. He was round of 12 at the championships this past March, or last March rather, in St. Louis. And you look at Rutgers, Jim, nice shot from DelVecchio.
See, it was to the side that we talked about.
Underhook from Pletcher there on the right side. But Rutgers, a couple of All-Americans last year, in Theobald and Ashnault, and guys like DelVecchio, Gravina, a couple they would love to get on the stand in Cleveland. Short time here in the first for no score. Pletcher and DelVecchio here at 133. No score, Jim, but a couple of good flurries.
There were a couple good flurries in there, and maybe we'll get a chance to take a look at that work there by DelVecchio. Kind of did what we talked about. Take a look at the replay on this. Did what we talked about. You see misdirection right there, and he was able to go ahead and attack that right leg. Good work. I mean, just because you can get over there doesn't mean you're necessarily going to finish it on somebody like Pletcher, but he was able to, only time in the match, to get over there on his favored side.
That's one.
DelVecchio begins second period on bottom. I believe it was choice to Pletcher, and he deferred.
Yeah, in tight matches like this, Shane, you guys got to make sure you stay with the mat returns. You buy yourself a little bit of riding time. Pletcher's pretty decent on top, but this has got to be a position where DelVecchio just, the match has been shortened up. You got to get a quick escape.
Return from Pletcher. There's a roll from DelVecchio out of bounds, and talking to Tom Ryan, when looking at the maturity, the improvements of Pletcher, he said, you take extreme commitment, you times that by time, and you get that improvement. That's been the case with Pletcher, among others, in this Buckeye lineup.
Well, is that a mathematical theorem there?
We talked a lot of math and science in that call.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Pause whistle, okay? Caution. Cover proper. You're on, Green.
Okay, so Pletcher riding over there on the right-hand side, immediately going to the inside, just riding the hips.
Proof.
Good work there by DelVecchio. Again, only giving up 20 seconds of riding time.
That is so critical, such a big difference in 20 seconds compared to 40, 50 seconds. Every second matters in these kind of matches. And that urgency.
Right, and we've seen where Pletcher was able to go ahead and attack straight on. See, if you don't get his head moved and stuffed right away, he naturally just comes forward and attacks. And with his stature and his strength, power in his lower body, he's able to go ahead and go right into, you know, some pretty decent attacks. So again, he tried to move him there, but he wasn't successful, and Pletcher jumps on a situation where he's stuffing the head. 46 seconds left, really important part. You see that DelVecchio is getting his fingers tied up there. The right hand's getting tied up.
Here we go, offense.
You look at Pletcher, Jim, just stalks, moving forward, now back into a front headlock position. DelVecchio was able to clear that a little while ago.
You're burning calories in this position, Shane. You know, lower back, getting uncomfortable, and then what's happening is that you stuff his head enough times like that. Pletcher, if he stuffs his head, now you get DelVecchio wrestling a little bit higher. You're able to come into it. Good job by DelVecchio anticipating the shot, coming into an over and under. Good
limp arm from Pletcher.
Stay out of that grip.
Yeah, you can see the excitement, it's anticipation is building in this match about what's going to happen, and DelVecchio has one more opportunity to do a bunch of mat returns and maybe get some ride here. He's capable of riding with the legs in the top position. And he really has himself a pretty good opportunity right now.
Bottom man set, cover proper. You're on.
Collect some riding time.
Pletcher quickly to his feet, trying to peel hands. DelVecchio looking for that return.
Yeah, he's not going to be. Yeah, good work by Pletcher, coming straight up. You just see the power that he has with his lower body. Just nothing's really special there, but he's able to get to his legs. I don't know what this man can deadlift, but I bet you it's a big number.
1-1 in the third.
Let's go work the score here. Work the score.
This one has lived up to the billing.
Yeah, and DelVecchio out of position. Nice finish there. Boy, he did a nice job of bringing his hips in, and that had that chest locked onto the leg.
And it was quick, Jim. He didn't mess around.
Yep. Good work. Good work here with the front trip. I love that follow through there with the mat return.
Brings DelVecchio back down to the mat. DelVecchio quickly popping back up. Their back trip. And now riding time at 40 seconds here for Pletcher as they wrestle at the edge. Just over midway through the third.
Take a look at that takedown here. It says over tie, jumps right back in, attacks below the knee where he's going higher. Now chest sealed, brings the hips in, catches him on the step, on the bounce up, and then sweeps the leg, covers the hips. And again, Shane, he stayed with that too. He covers the hips really well, and see how active his lower body is. He's driving the man. You know, you potentially could get called for stalling there, but you know, in this situation, you don't really want to let the guy go in your 49 seconds. You'll give up a stall warning to be able to get the riding time point.
I was just going to say, hasn't been called yet. You'll take that every time. 11 seconds away from riding time.
Cover legal.
Pletcher with this third period takedown to guard in front, 3-1. Off the whistle, DelVecchio once again, but
good
return by Pletcher.
Now, DelVecchio has no choice but to look for something big right now. Kind of in a Granby situation. And see how the near wrist is tied up there? He's wrestling with his elbows out. Wrist pretty easy to collect. See how he's doing a better job of keeping him out of that pocket area. But
all right, an escape.
3-2, but riding time in favor of Pletcher.
And it's secured now, the riding time.
One big move, look for some sort of duck.
DelVecchio needs a takedown to send this one in a sudden victory. Pletcher going to do a nice job, just hand fight hard, but DelVecchio in at a single leg.
This is the balance that Pletcher possesses here. Is able to go ahead and go to that whizzer, hit the splits right there. Good work by DelVecchio, working himself back into that match.
And with the riding time, Pletcher able to stave off DelVecchio 4-2.
Well, every point is important, and every, you know, you saw Pletcher able to go ahead and stay in that top position. If he gives up an escape a few seconds earlier, who knows? DelVecchio may have enough time to go ahead and finish that technique. That's why you want to compete in that top position. Don't make things easy, and that's a young man who's used to getting some tight wins, but they're all going his way right now.